Okay, I'm just gonna get right into it because I am a bit flustered. I just came back from a walk and I feel the need to make this video before I change my mind. So, if you don't know, you probably don't because this is my first video. I'm Sadie and this is Sadie Robinson Studio. I've always been drawn to creative pursuits. Art has been something that I come back to again and again, sometimes with excitement, often with frustration. I've often been somebody who dabbles, starts something new, and doesn't always see it through. Over the past few years, I've felt pretty disconnected from myself, uncertain about my purpose and what I actually want to pursue in life. And while I'm still figuring that out, I'm also incredibly grateful for the life that I have. I've worked really hard to get where I am in my career, and I don't take that for granted. But when it comes to reconnecting with myself, when it comes to feeling grounded and alive, I always find myself coming back to art. Right now, I'm practicing being honest, authentic, and truly myself. I think the best way for me to do that is through creating, and not by thinking my way into clarity, but by making things and seeing what happens. What stopped me from creating consistently for most of my life has been focusing on the result, wanting a certain piece to turn out exactly as I imagine it, wanting it to be perfect, and being afraid that if I pour my soul into something and it turns out badly or just not how I hoped, that it will somehow mean something about me, like I failed. I think at the core, that is something very human. We all want to be loved and we don't want to be rejected. So that fear is understandable. I also know that I'm not alone in it. I think there are a lot of people out there who feel the same way and might just need a friendly face or a low barrier to entry to start creating again. So this year, I've set a few creative goals for myself. These goals are designed to pull my focus away from the end result and back into the process of creating. They involve a lot of practicing, exploring, trying things, and allowing myself to make work that's unfinished or imperfect. In my next video, I'll be sharing those goals in more detail and talking to you about how I'm approaching them and why. That will really be the starting point for this whole series. I honestly feel like a brand new artist. I don't feel like I have a defined style yet. I know what I'm drawn to, but you're gonna see me experiment with different styles, techniques, and approaches from other artists that are online and any resources that I find inspiring. I'll be following tutorials and also sharing my thought process as I try to create original pieces and figure out why I'm approaching things the way I am. So I've decided to make this journey public and make this video so that I actually follow through and to document what I hope will be a transformation, not just in my art skills, but in how aligned my life feels with peace and freedom. And I want this to be in service to others who might need the same thing. I currently work a 9 to 5, and while I'm content there, it wasn't very long ago that I was in a place that I felt completely stuck. I felt paralyzed. Sundays were the worst. All I could do was scroll. Like I could not bring myself to have any energy for anything creative. I was super disconnected from creativity and afraid to take any kind of leap. Anyway, I didn't make a massive change. I just shifted into a different role in a different department. I was still so afraid to do that, but even that small change had a huge impact on my day-to-day life. It gave me the energy to come back to creating again and dabbling with materials. So I'm just kicking this off and I don't have everything figured out. Like I said, I was just out for a walk and I felt really compelled to make this video and share my journey because I am really hoping that it's transformative and bringing me into that alignment that I'm looking for. But my plan is to share monthly videos where I reflect on what I've been creating, what I've learned, and how I feel myself changing. And between those, I'll also be sharing snippets on Instagram and Facebook, possibly some YouTube shorts as I learn how this all works. So you might see like what I'm working on in the meantime, and then at the end of the month you'll see the video. or beginning of the next month, however it pans out. So if any part of this resonates with you, if you felt stuck or disconnected, afraid to create, maybe just figuring out how to reconnect with yourself, please consider subscribing and following along. I'm really glad you're here.